Here at Professor John Danaher at the 2023 World No-Gi Jiu-Jitsu Championships. You just coached Luke Griffith to double gold victory. Incredible performance, 6 fights, 6 submissions. Just tell me a little bit about Luke's day.
What that young man does is truly amazing. I think I would be correct in saying he's had over 40 matches with IBJJF this year, and all of them have been by submission. A 100% submission rate over a year. That's unprecedented. So yeah, it's deeply impressive. Even more so when you consider the incredible progress he's made over the last year and a half to 2 years. I remember when he first came to Austin, he lost 2 local matches at purple belt to just local athletes, and to see him in such a short time, through the amount of work that he's done and the progress that he's made, to come onto the world stage like this and dominate in this fashion, it's truly remarkable. I can't say enough good things about him. He's such a hard worker in the gym. He's highly intelligent, learns from his mistakes, and you see the results today. It's incredible to watch.
So I want to hear your thoughts on his improvements from a technical perspective from 2022 to 2023. He did have a couple losses last year. Obviously had some great performances too, but this year he's just looked like a different competitor and been so dominant. So from a technical aspect, what do you think are the main areas of improvement for Luke?
When he first came in, he had no leg locks whatsoever. So that was the obvious candidate for where the initial work needed to be made. But also he was much better offensively than he was defensively. So we had to even his game out and make it more 50-50 between defensive acumen and offensive acumen. And then once that initial work had been done, where his game had leveled and certain weaknesses had been filled in, then it was about, okay, now what are going to become your major weapons? And he was always very good at back control. Always had tremendous ability to get to and hold the back. So that was the obvious first candidate, strangulations from the back. But he also has tremendous triangles as well. And unfortunately, he was only using one form of triangle. There's 5 triangles you can use. Once he got coached in all 5, it was crazy, the progress that he made. Now he's got Jujikatami, the armbar. He's very strong in heel hooking now. He's got a really diverse set of attacks that go over the legs, arms, and neck. So it's very, very hard for opponents to keep up with him.
One thing that really stood out to me about his game today too was his transitions from the feet to the mat,
yes,
and how he was able to attack the back after getting his opponents down to the floor.
This is the result of his ADCC training. That's such a crucial part of the game in ADCC, that gray zone between standing and ground. People tend to divide jiu-jitsu rather artificially into standing technique and ground technique, but the real magic is somewhere in between the two. And you could see today his ability to work between those 2 areas was really a very, very important part of his success today.
Yeah, it was amazing. So can you just talk a little bit about what you see for the future for Luke in 2024 and beyond?
Yeah, well, obviously he's very much in need of promotion at this point, so that will definitely be happening in the very near future. And then, of course, he goes into black belt competition. That's a big step up. But what I've always found is historically the best brown belts have actually gone very successfully into black belt competition. It's not that big of a jump these days, and I'm very confident Luke will do very well in black belt competition next year. In addition, it's an ADCC year, so he's got to prepare for that, and I'm looking forward to his participation in both IBJJF and ADCC competition, because the rule sets have a lot of similarities. Preparation for one makes you better at the other. And so I'm looking forward to seeing how Luke navigates between those two and builds up to a peak late next year.
Thank you again so much for your time, as always. We really appreciate it. Congrats on the huge win.
My pleasure.